said, really represented everything that we came to understand about Continental in Kingsford Kitchen. I was thinking, why is this named after Charles Kingsford Smith? Because I've spent a long time in Melbourne. I couldn't figure out what Australian name was on a place here, so that was where I first started thinking about it, knowing that he was a pilot and done all sorts of pretty amazing things. And then I found out the story that he touched down somewhere out here at one point. I thought that's a great thing we could sort of start to work with, but then I also didn't want to lose track of the fact that what you guys will do here is very much about caring about what you do and the way you serve people, the food you prepare, it's handcrafted, I guess. So I wanted to make sure that we didn't lose track of that sense of, I guess it's old-fashioned love for food, you know, and that's what people also respond to. You know, you go get a McDonald's burger and it's just mass produced and no one really cares, whereas if you taste something that is made with a bit of care and expertise that's served up by someone who shows that you matter for them coming in, you really remember it. It turns into a foodie experience, which is like walking in here. It's not what you expect from the outside because it's in an industrial area, but you walk in here, you go, wow, there's a really good feeling about this. And again, the way you guys interact with people is only going to reinforce that. And then when they have the food on top of that, that's their day and night, essentially, even if they've just popped in for a coffee. So it's as I said, it's a lot of big things that we tried to build into the logo. So I fiddled around with trying to incorporate aspects of the whole Charles King thing, aeroplanes, you know, anything I could think of that was flying, and then I started trying to think about how I could also tell people that this was a kitchen in the best sense of the word, that things were made with love and care, and there was going to be a sense of walking into a family environment also. So I was playing around with images about those kind of things, I guess, and I was thinking of maybe representing the food itself somehow, but then the problem with representing food is some people don't like mushrooms, some people don't like sugar, I don't know, whatever. So as soon as you start putting a certain food in as an icon or an image, you run the risk of people going, I don't like that, I'm not going there. And then while I was fiddling around with images to do with food, I started thinking about the tools that you guys all use, especially at the kitchen part of it. And I started thinking about some of the great experiences I've had with food and things that I've really enjoyed. And it kind of took me back to, everyone's probably got a similar experience. It might be an auntie or an uncle or mum's roast, you know, something where you can relate to this amazing meal you've had that was just a special day, you know. And I started thinking about probably with my grandmother and helping her mix things with a hand beater when I was a kid. And, you know, scribbled down hand beater as part of the sketch, and I kind of looked at it from a funny angle and I thought, yeah, that egg beater looks a bit like some of the old flying machine drawings that you used to see people invented way back in the day. And I thought, oh, hang on, there's another link to that Charles Kingsford Smith thing. So I'd probably had a lot of coffee by that point. And I thought I'll just mix the two together. So I thought, what would happen if someone invented a machine that they could basically fly an egg beater? So that's how I kind of came up with this insane idea, and I thought, I'll just go for that. It's just one of these stupid ideas I had. It was fantastic to send a whole bunch of concepts through, and there was a lot of ideas, but that idea I thought kind of represented a lot of the things I've just talked about. It talked about being inventive in Charles Kingsford Smith and making machines that do amazing things, and then it also talked about food and having a different experience from what you get anywhere else. And I fired it through to George and said something about, oh, here's all the concepts plus some guy flying an egg beater. And I thought, yeah, right.
Can I just say I got that at 9 o'clock at night, and I opened my email and damn it, I was trying to have a device-free night and I was duty-bound to open it, and I just sat there and smiled like an idiot. It's great.
Sometimes things just kind of click and they work out,
Yeah.
and it's fantastic to have a relationship with clients where you can put an idea out there that's maybe a little bit different, it's not necessarily what they expected in the first place, but to be able to see something in it that touches them and means something. So it's fantastic that we got to work with that concept and push it a little bit further, and the more we pushed it, the more we realised it represented a lot of things. George will tell you a little bit more about some links with the wider family there that I wasn't aware of at the time, but really helped tie the whole thing together. But essentially the other side of it is we wanted to create this brand, this identity that as you're wearing and as you're seeing it around everywhere, you know that it's kind of representative of of everything that I guess the family here kind of represents, you know, what you're doing, and it's something that people are going to recognise from a long distance, and they're probably going to ask you questions about it. And how on earth did you come up with a guy flying an egg beater? And you can tell them the story of, you know, there's this Charles Kingsford Smith who landed his plane out here somewhere, but we're also about handmade. We're also about, you know, doing things the right way, even if it takes a little bit longer. That's what we put into everything we do.
That's your logo?
So cool, isn't it? Just so lucky. I just am so proud to our new advertising agent people for doing amazing work.